When I first saw you, I already knew there was something inside you. Something I thought that would never find. Angel of mine. Angel of mine.
Angel, I need you to understand that you have given the people insecurity. Okay? I don't know why I'm getting this loop back, but you have given the people insecurity. You have given the people confusion. All right? And we have to talk about that. Okay? We will talk about that in just a second. Make sure y'all coming into the video and you're liking. So we can talk about this episode. Angel of mine. All right, y'all. It was a pretty good episode for the most part. And we is going to talk about it. So, Jazzy, we pick up where we kind of left off with Jazzy. The ladies are at the table. They're all getting ready to. I feel like they probably was wrapping up eating at this point. And Jazzy and Kiana were having an issue, correct? Kiana having this issue. You know, Jazzy was asked if Wendy knew what Kay said, if she knew what was said, how upset do you think she will be on a scale of 1 to 10? She said, I think she'll be upset like an 8.5, right? I don't know what Wendy, I mean, Wendy probably would still have the same upsetness because I feel like Wendy already knew what to expect from this girl, because she doesn't feel like she's her friend. She feels like Kay has been showing her hand and all of that, right? And all in all, Jassy tells Kiana that she feels like she's getting a much different person than what she got when she first met her. And Kay is like, well, BIT, I agree. Can we just say, I don't know if Kay coming back next season. I feel like Kay is going to return next season because she probably ain't gonna want to. She's probably not gonna want it to come off like, oh, these bitches ran me off the show type of thing, right? So I feel like Kay is gonna return. However, her attitude towards the ladies the past 2 days have been, I'm sick of y'all. I'm over it. I'm cool. This is childish type of energy to where I'm thinking Kay could make the executive decision to no longer be on the show on her own. But also, I feel like to her, it still may be a great opportunity to be in front of such of an audience, right? And it may be great for her businesses. So that's why I would think she would return and just, just take it. Like, just bite the bullet, whatever. Like, damn, I don't really want to go back, but it's great for business wise. So I'm gonna return. But honestly, I don't think Kate like no goddamn body. I'm not saying she should. I'm just saying I don't think that she do. Okay. Now, Jassy is ready to move on when it comes to her situation with Kay. And she asked, how can we move on? And Kay is like, well, 1 + 1 is 2. Get rid of 3. And then, well, I'm like, bitch, it don't take that long for you to get into it. Like, girl, come on. How can y'all fix it? Right? So then Ashley said, well, I just think that y'all should have this conversation another day. Like, just sleep on it, child. We'll come back, revisit it. Both of the ladies pretty much agree. I feel like Kay was struggling to come up with a response for Jassy because she don't want that friendship back. At least that's what I'm thinking. Okay. I think she's kind of done with her at this time. Right. And if that is the case, it slightly irritates me because I'm going to always take it back to this standpoint that I know some people may disagree with, and that's fine. But for me, it's like, but you'll forget that nigga though. Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me. But you'll run back to that man though. Yeah. 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 But anyway, child, let's keep going. So it's time for Gizelle to do this shady shot time, and she pretty much gives everybody a drink with their name. I don't know about y'all, but what Gizelle was doing, as I told you guys, she is the DP and the Dean of Pledges. Okay. Let me make sure I share this in one more location. But I don't know about y'all, but It's giving Dean of Pledges, and I'm finna give y'all line name. That's all I heard when I saw Gizelle do what she do. Give me 1 second. As you guys go ahead and like up the video for me real quick, I just need to do something real quick. Hang tight, honey. Hang tight. It's not even gonna take long like that. You know what I'm saying? Not even gonna take that long, girl. I just need to do a little 1, 2, woo, woo, oop de oo. Okay, make sure y'all checking in with the poll as well, because I want to know how y'all are feeling about Angel. I know at once upon a time, well, just a few weeks ago, people was like, she gotta go. Hell no, gotta go. Right? Somebody was saying she was a flop. And I was still here advocating for wait a minute, let's just see what she can do. Well, yikes. We'll get into it in a second. Now, as I said, Gizelle is the Dean of Pledges, right? With her being the Dean of Pledges, she passing out everybody line name. Y'all might as well go ahead and get jackets. At this point, with RHOP down one side, okay, get you a little flute or whatever them little flowers y'all got on the other side, and just go and put your line names on it, okay? In the year that you came into the damn Real Housewives, y'all might as well just go ahead, because that's what it's giving this whole season. Like, it's giving Gizelle Hayes and the girls a little piece, okay? Now, Ashley's name is Duchess Darby. Okay, girl. She done gave Tia stylist Tia over there shooting a bird, and I'm hollering. Okay, y'all. I'm liking Tia. I think Tia is hilarious. I think Tia does not take herself too serious. I feel like Tia can get serious, but I'm liking her personality, and I wonder if she was concerned about joining the show based on her cultural background, and probably being different. And I'm only saying that because I'm thinking back to a time when she said, being that my husband and I are both Black, I never thought that us having cultural differences would, be an issue or something like that, she was saying. So I wonder what her thoughts were as she was getting ready to join this group of ladies, right? So when it comes down to Jazzy gets the bride and the stepmom, okay? And she said stepmom AF. I said you have no choice, okay? Now Angel gets chin check. And honestly, when Angel got chin check, it was in that moment for me that I said, oh, these line names. This is line names. That's what's going on. Gizelle gave Stacy nothing. Nothing. Like that your line name is nothing. That's crazy. Okay. Kiana gets Jazelle hater. And I said, now wait a minute. How did we get here? What who said how did we even get here? What are you talking about? What's going on? Talk to the people, right? So then Gizelle said, well, I had learned that you don't even much like me like that. Right? I learned that. I think she said she learned it through Wendy that you don't like me like that. Okay. And Kay is like, you know what? Let's table this because Wendy's not here. And you know what, Kay? I can appreciate that. I appreciate Kay putting a pin in it to have this conversation when Wendy is around. As, one, to clarify anything, but also maybe a little, out of respect, just a little piece, You've had enough conversations about Wendy behind her back. Let's have them in her face so she could be a part of the conversation. So I'm glad Kay said that and Gizelle was on board. But Gizelle hater is crazy because keep in mind, and I'm probably going to say this again. For me, Wendy did not say that Kay hated Gizelle. Wendy said that Kay does not like Gizelle. Gizelle went all the way down to the 20th power, adding hate into that. That's what Gizelle chose to do. Okay, so okay, girl. Now Stacy confirms that she saw. So when they get to the back to the hotel, we see that or the villa. Wendy is still laying down, getting her rest and stuff. You have, I believe it was not Kiana. I think it was Jazzy, Stacy, and Ashley all in the living room. The thing that bothered me about this sit down is the fact that for some reason Stacy feels compelled to have to prove something to Ashley Darby. Why? Now, Stacy confirms that when she and her husband were separated, she hung out. She saw different people. Yes, Chris was one of those people. She said she never smashed Chris. It was nothing like that, right? I think that Ashley, for me, was trying her hardest to connect this lady to Chris in a whole different type of way. right? Like probably sexually. But I think Jazzy asked her, like, did you smash him? She was like, no, I didn't. Right? But I just don't understand the big deal. If she was separated with somebody, he was separated. Why is this an issue? Because you trying to have that same loyalty to Monique that your ass had a few seasons back. We don't give a damn. I'm sorry. We ain't give a fuck about her then and about don't care now. Okay. She ain't even much hair want that damn man. She really just wanted to be one approval point to you bitches, okay? That I still could keep mine. Whole time was unhappy as fuck. But aside from that, child, she is over there living her life. Anywho, next morning, Wendy's feeling a little better, right? Gizelle ready to talk with Kay and Wendy. Oh, let me tell you, Gizelle has been coming into the scenes ready to get into the things. She's like, I'm not for the waste no time. This is cute. Can we have a three-way conversation real quick? And Wendy's like, well, girl, why we gotta have what the three is for? Like, what we did? Like, why I gotta have a three-way talk with y'all? She said, well, we can do it in front of everybody. Oh, okay. So now it's a group talk, right? Well, not really. So Kay says that she was upset, right? She was upset with Gizelle from the situation at the nightclub, is what we're learning. Right? She said it was never no hate or anything like that, but she was just upset with Gizelle at the nightclub situation because Gizelle did not reach out to her. And Kay says that she and Gizelle hashed all of this stuff out, so she's a little confused as to where all of this is coming from. And I'm like, I don't know. I guess it's coming from the same place that you talking shit about Wendy behind her back while Wendy thinking that y'all cool this whole time because you was faking acting like y'all was friends. So maybe it came from that same place. So Gizelle reaffirms to her, let me back up a little bit and make sure that everybody know what the hell going on, okay? Gizelle says that her dad at that same time had a tumor, okay? He had a brain tumor. He had to go into surgery. She was focused on being there by her father's side. And I think she said he was in intensive care. And then shortly after that, the man passed away. So when she told Kay, let me tell you, Gizelle ate Kay ass up. I'm just like, girl, no, just take that. She listen. She ate her up. She told this girl, you had to follow a plastic surgeon to get your situation straight. Now, at first, I'm not going to hold y'all. I was thinking body. Whenever I hear plastic surgeon not going to hold you, so silly of me, as if plastic surgeons don't do a whole lot of other things, right? I thought about body-wise, right? And then I said, oh, no. She got that scar on her forehead, so she had to go into surgery or whatever to get that taken care of. So Gizelle lets her know, like, girl, you had to follow a plastic surgeon to get your situation straight. My father's no longer here, bitch. So you can live to tell your bitch ass story that you got to tell. You can live to even sue a bitch if you want to. You live another day to argue with a hoe as you doing now. Right? I don't have my father here to even have a conversation with because he's no longer here, bitch. And you think that I'm supposed to give a fuck about what you got going on when my life has been thrown into a complete whirlwind? Like, is you cool? I was with Gizelle. Sorry. Gizelle not wrong. Right? She tells Kay, girl, you were the furthest thing from my mind. Kay says, and that is okay. It can't be okay, baby, because that's why we're here now. You have an issue, love. It can't be. Okay? So Kay, I personally feel she knew exactly what Gizelle had going on. She knew what Gizelle had going on. Gizelle calls Kay a high maintenance friend. And I don't want to come down on the people that are high maintenance friends. But I know for me, as I get older, maybe when I was younger, I probably wanted high maintenance friends. But hell, maybe I was one. I don't think that I was, but I don't know other people's experience, right? They may have felt like I was a high maintenance friend. I don't know. But all in all, where I am today, bitches, we get older. Please be low maintenance. Please be low maintenance. I feel like personally with low maintenance, it just comes with the understanding that you got your life over there, I got my life over here. We gonna chat, we gonna keep talk. Da, da, da. You may be going through something. Check in with me, see how I'm doing. I'm gonna check in with you. La 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 la. Tell the lady she's a high maintenance friend. Okay, don't automatically come out the gate and get offended with me or have an issue with me because you're not talking to me or I'm not talking to you in the capacity in which you want. BITCH, the first thing you need to do is check in and make sure I'm good. I can't stand when friends make things about themselves. Like it's all about you and what you got going on. I personally feel like that is so inconsiderate of the other people. Before you want to lash out on somebody for not showing up how you want them to, first check in, see what they got going on, what they've been going through, anything, da, 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 and then try to have the conversation, right? But damn, anyway, and can I add? Because I don't know if anybody else is adding this. Do whole want friends? Do ladies who want friends like that? Do ladies didn't even talk like that? Okay, for y'all to be that damn, for you to be that damn high maintenance, high key. Y'all weren't even want friends. But anywho, so Kay denied saying that she hated her, and she calls out Wendy for she called out Wendy for something. I think for saying that or bringing it up to the table. But Wendy didn't say you hate Gizelle. Gizelle said that. She just called a thing that you didn't like her, and you didn't. From what it sounds like, you had an issue with her. So Wendy, she tried to call out the things that Wendy had said about Gizelle. And Wendy's like, but I said that to her face, though. That's the difference. Whatever I had to say about Gizelle, I've said it in her face. She knows exactly how I feel. You the one who she don't know how she feel, and you over here trying to act like you close friends with her. So Kay says, girl, I'm not even thinking about you. And I'm like, are you sure? Wendy says, then why are you talking to me? I said, exactly. I said, so obviously you had to be thinking of, like, first of all, the entire conversation is about what Wendy said and what you said. So you got to be thinking about Wendy for you to even be referencing the things that she said about Gizelle. Like, Kay, are you all right, baby? Kay just tired of everybody. All right. So Tia sympathizes with Gizelle because she too lost her father as well. And she tells Kay, I understand, that you felt humiliated and everything that went on. She says, but she said you can't expect anything from Gizelle until like 3 years after her dad passed. So she's going off of how she processed the passing of her father and relates that back to Gizelle, right? So don't expect a whole lot from her. But honestly, she shouldn't have been expecting a whole lot from a person that wasn't her friend until now. I feel like this season is when we've seen the two be as close as they are. But okay. So she tells them they need to talk and get through their issue, all right, and figure out where it is that they stand with each other. And Gizelle says that she thought that she was a good friend to her, but she was taken aback. And so Kay is like, well, she says, I know that sincerely, but then let me say this too. As Gizelle was talking, I felt like Kay cut in, and I said, Kay, you have an issue too with not letting folks get it out. Let her get it out. So Kay says that she does apologize if she didn't fully express the magnitude in which she was upset. Girl, let me read some of these comments. Wendy always told Gizelle to her directly how she felt. Wendy cursed Gizelle out. Kay trying to call out Wendy was a flop. Exactly the same way Kay asked Angel, do you even like this lady? Is the same combo Wendy and Kay had on that bench. Kiana, not Klarna, baby. Klarna, I'm hollering. Klarna is the fake friend that she constantly complains about. Child. Listen, this what got me and stopped me in my tracks. Kay says she apologized if she didn't fully express the magnitude in which she was upset. You did. You did express the magnitude. You did express it. It was expressed. Because you said y'all talked all of this out, right? So I'm thinking that you expressed it. So it was expressed. She just didn't know that you was going to go back and tell Wendy whatever to make Wendy believe that you didn't like her, right? But aside from that, it's you and my personal still not taking consideration for the fact that this woman lost her father. Okay? Lost her father. And instead of you saying, I apologize, for the fact that, you were going through a lot and I expected you to show up. I may not know what it's like to lose a dad, whatever it was, to be more understanding. Instead, I feel like you just made it about yourself. And then what's killing me softly is you not even being close friends with this woman who you wanted to reach out to you about your situation It doesn't make sense. Like, you don't even much know her that well for her to reach out, even though maybe she should have because it was her party. I get that. But this girl's fucking father died, who she's known before she ever knew a Kiana. And the man was there since birth. So I'm just a little confused. I apologize that I didn't fully express the magnitude. I was like, girl, you don't get the fuck out of here, honey. Please. She then says that Gizelle spoke to people and said that she was the aggressor in that fight, and says, I wouldn't think that if something would have happened to any of y'all, I would do that. You know what I'm saying? I would show up for y'all how I would want y'all to show up for me, basically. And I said, and that's what it really is. That's why you was really pissed off with Gizelle, because she went around telling folks that you were the aggressor of the situation. And even then, I mean, maybe you should have apologized for the magnitude, because you were making it appear as though you were just upset with her because she didn't reach out to you. Whole time you was really upset with the fact that she was saying that you were the aggressor. That's what you was really mad about. So if a bitch came and said that I was the aggressor in a situation that I wasn't the aggressor in, yeah, I'm gonna be mad as fuck. I don't like that. So whatever Wendy said that you said it. She just didn't say hate. Hate came from Gizelle, not from Wendy. All right. So, anywho, um, let's see what else we got here. In the confessional, Kiana says, I don't think I got to that. So in the confessional, Kiana is like, to see Tia say that she would never ever compare those experiences, and to watch her cry that moment, I felt that. But it reminded me that we can't empathize when tragic things happen to each other. Well, you did not empathize with Gizelle in my personal at that time when given the opportunity to do so. And what I also feel is when you said we can empathize when tragic things happen to each other, that brings it back to you in my personal, and not caring about nothing Gizelle had going on and making it back about you. Like, y'all still saw what happened to me, and we all can empathize and recognize when somebody's going through it. And again, my point still stands, is Gizelle didn't reach out to me. And Gizelle also continued to push a narrative. Da 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 da. So I don't know. But yeah, so I don't think Kiana's sorry for expecting more from Gizelle, who wasn't even her friend. But yeah, that's just what it is. I do think it's messed up, though. I will say that, for Gizelle to even say that lady was the aggressor when I don't think she was the aggressor at all. Right. And that right there. And I feel like for Gizelle to say that confirms how not close of a friendship y'all had at that time anyway, because she wasn't gonna say that about Ashley or Robyn. She said that about you. So again, why are you expecting this lady to give you a call? Let's keep going. So Gizelle tells Kay that, I love you. I want nothing but the best for you. Kiana says noted. I would have to continue to talk to Kiana for the sake of this show, but outside this show, I won't have shit for her. I'm just not gonna hold y'all. It's giving for real coworker. It's giving coworker for sure. Not no noted. Cause you still mad. Cause Gizelle wasn't wrong to me. She wasn't wrong. She was wrong for the aggressor comment. But if she didn't reach out to you how you may have wanted her to, girl, she lost her dad. She's still processing that. She has to plan his funeral. She was battling with some of his estate, having to take that situation to court. Her daughters are going off to damn college. So she got to sit in the damn house by herself. So I feel like that past year or so was really a transitional period for Gizelle and everything that she had going on. I'm gonna be honest, I probably don't have time to hit your ass up. Okay, I probably could send you a text, but knowing how Kiana is, that's probably not enough. Honestly, but everybody move different, okay? So I don't know. Y'all do what y'all gonna do. Now it's time for lunch, right? So Jazzy says that she had a co-ed bachelorette party with her and her husband. And she also says that she's glad to be celebrating with these ladies. And this is where Angel decides to tell her to have fun the last week of your wedding and just live in the moment. Jazzy says, well, I feel like I'm living in a moment right now. And again, this is not a pile on Angel, but some part of me, when she said that, I don't know why. Child, could be a pile on Angel ass for real. Cause it's just like, girl, why? Okay, did I ask you? Did I ask you? Sometimes I feel like people need to be like, are you in a space to accept, any advice or something like that? Like, sometimes you need to ask people, because sometimes they're unwarranted advice. Like, girl, shut the hell up talking to me. How you know my wedding is anything like your wedding? How you know I'm doing everything? Okay, how you know somebody else ain't handling all of that and I got all my shit laid out for how it's gonna be real smooth for me that week? Like, girl, shut up talking to me. Cause it seems like Angel was about to go further on a tangent about what all she went through during her wedding. And I was just like, ugh, this unwanted advice. Like, ain't nobody ask you for this, but go ahead. But also, I don't know if y'all caught this, but to me, I had been getting a vibe from Angel for some reason that she really want to be like it was given she want to be Jazzy friend so bad. I don't know what it was about that in that moment for her to say that. But you always acting like somebody coming for you or doing something to you or not understanding you and stuff. But it also gave you want to be that lady friend so damn bad. Like if you tired of Kate, just say that. It's okay. Anywho. So Stacy was asked to be in the wedding, and Stacy said she won't be able to for family reasons. Stacy, girl, stop lying. Stop lying. Then she started talking about this damn business launch that she doing that's coincided with Jazzy's wedding. And I said, girl, I have not seen shit launched since March. All I saw back in March was like a photo of some gummies or something that you're going to be doing, but I haven't seen nothing else. Jazzy's wedding was like over the summer. You know what I'm saying? But I think she was going to go there and be in attendance, it sounded like, but she just wasn't going to be in the actual wedding. Right? So I feel like Stacy was lying, y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. All right. But let me tell y'all what I did like about this sit down. Ashley Darby, she was trying so hard to cause an issue between Jazzy and Stacy. I personally felt she wanted them to beef over that, and they weren't going for it. And I'm like, you know what, Ashley Darby? You become more and more irrelevant as the show goes on. And it's really giving nothing without Michael Darby. It gives nothing without Michael Darby. Just bland, unseasoned chicken. Like, what? Ooh, Ashley. I feel like, I don't know why. I just feel like this your worst season yet. I feel like your better seasons was when Candiace was on the show. And now you ain't got Candiace on the show. It's just really giving like, and you ain't got Michael to try and hold it together. It's just giving nothing. It's giving nothing. So Gizelle thinks that Stacy is an opportunist in so many words who only wanted to befriend Jazzy as long as she was going to be on the show and a part of this group. Now, listen, I don't know because I do like Stacy, but also I've been feeling like Gizelle ain't been wrong about some shit. Okay? So she could potentially be right about Stacy only wanting to rock with Jazzy as it pertains to this show. She wasn't expecting her to be a part of the group. That's why she didn't want to be no bridesmaid, right? Or whatever, be in the wedding. But now that Jazzy is a part of the group, it's like, okay, I'll go and I'll at least attend the wedding. I don't know. But to even say first is family reasons and then you turn around and talk about, oh, it's my business launch that I got going on. Y'all seen a business launch from her? Because I haven't seen anything. So Stacy, it's giving, baby. I don't know, not girl. It's a little shade. Now I am on your side for majority of the stuff, right? Because you should date who you want to date and all of that. And I don't think you really do that to nobody to get absolutely nothing on towels and robes and all of that. But this little piece right here, girl, stop playing with the folks. So anywho, Tia brings up Jazzy telling her she filters a lot. And I thought this was funny because she says it made me go look at your page and see that you have filters too. This shit was so funny to me because I'm like, yo, Miss Tia, you told them ladies that if you did something like that and your pictures are too filtered, you want somebody to tell you. So when Jazzy lets you know, then now all of a sudden it's a problem. I knew she was gonna feel a way about that. So hilarious. You were so offended that you decided to go snoop on that lady page to find something. I hollered. So Jazzy is over here like, girl, my pics are unfiltered. I don't know. So I'm like, did you just get like a little airbrush tool and just smooth out some lines, just a little piece, and that's it? I don't know. She said most of her pics on there are unfiltered. Jazzy says, let me tell you something, Tia. And she did it with the fork, okay? And I'm like, I think Tia said, what Tia told her when she did this? No, that was the other part. That was the other part. Okay, so she had pulled out the fork. And in my head, I'm like, oh, know how much the audience hates that. Okay, because let Miss Candiace Dillard had pulled out a fork or a little butter knife like she did with Ashley, who was in her house disrespecting the fuck out of her. She told that hoe to leave, and she wouldn't leave. It all of a sudden became Candiace's fault. But Jazzy done pulled a fork out in a non-threatening way as well, and she pointed at her. I'm like, Jazzy, don't do that again, girl, because they definitely gonna be on your head top like they did with Candiace. Just put it down. Just put it down, please, and thank you. So Jazzy is like, let me tell you something, Tia. You come in this group trying to act like you're coming with good intentions, but I'm watching you. Right? She said you the same person that sat in the van saying how the restaurant owner was really liking me and how he was looking at me and all this and that. Then you're gonna say that my man got some competition or whatever. So Tia tries to jump in to give her peace, and this is where Jazzy start yelling some 14 days before my wedding day. Don't play with me, Tia. Baby Tia jumped back. Tia jumped back. Tia jumped back and said, "Oh my God, you have anger issues or whatever." Girl, that was a cackle to me. Jazzy Bear, girl, doing too goddamn much. Okay, no ma'am, no ma'am, love. This was too much. That was too. That was so uncalled for. I don't know what that was about. Tia explains it. She talks about the owner and how he wanted Jazzy right next to him for the photo and all of that. We did see where he went up there and told her in her ear that she's his favorite. You know what I'm saying? She tells Jazzy in a joking way that, oh, Darius has some competition, right? And Jazzy says, my man don't have competition. And Tia was like, I was just joking, but I understand if you don't get my jokes or my personality. And I'm like, but look though, I kind of feel like she don't have to know your personality or your jokes to get the damn joke. Like we all know that was a joke. Like why would she even take it that far? The man don't even live in the same country. We know you're not into older men like that, bitch. That's side by side of Darius and Mr. Sunshine. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Cause Mr. Sunshine look like he can't be that boy daddy. Like, why would y'all do that? It was given Darius in progression of what he's gonna look like at a later age. Like, why would y'all do that? Why would y'all do that? So disrespectful. So disrespectful, girl. Bravo is some disrespect. There's some disrespectful producers, honey. But Jassy's like her man doesn't have competition, and I'm like Jassy, your man literally had you in competition, okay? And whether you didn't know it or not, whether you knew it or not, right? It's not that deep. Maybe he need a little piece of competition to keep his ass on his toes. I don't know what that moment was about, Jassy. That was giving like very awkward. Like Jassy had put. So let me see if I got it. She had put some over here up on what's Jassy? Is this it? Jassy had put something up the other day about why she was so upset with what Miss Ma'am said. Is it still up here? She said it pissed me off because the combo I had with Tia after that was serious. I told her don't bring it up again. Next day she's already told the ladies. Like, girl, I'm planning a whole wedding, not signing up for drama that could make my soon to be husband feel away. I disagree, right? Because it just didn't seem that deep. Unless you were trying to set a standard with the ladies, and the standard was really being set with Tia versus the ladies on how to and how not to play with you on TV when it comes to other people and stuff, right? So one fan says, Jassy, I'm sorry. Even in this context, you're still in the wrong. I like you, but the aggression towards Tia was not it. And she says, you have no idea. You can ask someone not to say anything because of how you feel and let them bring it to 7 different women. That alone pissed me off, but I'm me. The only thing that I could see with this is if Tia told it to the other ladies, and you were concerned about how the other ladies were going to bring it up as a dig to you and probably create an issue in your household. But also, it's about how you respond to it too, right? So if let's say Gizelle or Wendy would have brought that up, it's just how you shut it down. Just be prepared to shut it down the same way Stacy and you were ready to shut it down when Ashley tried to bring some drama into the situation. To me, it's no different. But okay. All in all, let's keep going. Um, let's see, Mr. Sun. Yeah, I don't care about that. Tia says that she was sorry that she offended her and didn't mean to disrespect her marriage, fiance, and relationship. And Jazzy says, don't be a shady motherfucker. And Tia's like, well, girl, I mean, I like a little light shade. Maybe it could be like a little light shade. I like doing that. I'm just learning the best way to do it with you bitches, but I like some light shade. And I'm like, Tia, just be you, girl. Continue to be you. Now, being you is gonna probably piss us off at some point, but right now we enjoying you, so continue to be you. All right. I don't think that's something that you really need to make tweaks to for real, for real. But anywho, let's keep going. So there's a hot mic situation when everything is said and done, and the cameras are down and the mics are off. So they think. Girl, the cameras and the mics are never down and off. Ever. So Angel is giving Jazzy the tea on some woman. Right? Again, it still was given to me that Angel want to be Jazzy friend so bad. But anyway, and I feel like Jazzy had this information about Tia because somebody already told her a long time ago, right? And I feel like the only reason Jazzy did open up and like, you know what, you're not as bad as I thought. Let me let you know what they saying about you, girl. That's because in my personal, Angel has been coming off so much with wanting to be friends with Jazzy. And if I said Tia a second ago, y'all know who I'm talking about Jazzy and Angel, right? So that's what it was giving. Like, I'm gonna open up to you because you warming up to me because Angel want to be your friend so bad. That's what it's giving. Because we're waxed. We can relate. Anywho, so we get to Jazzy's bachelorette party, right? Angel is still stuck on the stringy haired chick, right? And she says she's tired. When she says this to Kiana, I said, watch she make this girl's event about her at some point. Watch she try to make this, because I felt like she was saying it loud enough for somebody to be like, oh, what's wrong, Angel? What you got going on? What's up? You want to talk about it? That's what it was giving. And as we continue to progress halfway through, I said, okay, so Angel not going to say nothing. I'm like, okay, so maybe she not trying to take over her event. BIT, shortly after I said that, she did. She did exactly what I thought she was going to do when she said her it's right there complaining to Kay. Because she wanted somebody to ask her to begin with. Child. And I feel like that's why she was talking about it on the back of the little cart. She wanted somebody to chime in, but they didn't. They listened, but they ain't say that. So Ashley Darby dances on Jazzy, and she gets on my nerve because she think everybody want her. Jazzy stands up, bends over. I think Ashley and Tia were definitely turned on, right? Ashley crawls over, walks over, whatever, draws, I guess, with a chocolate pen or something on Jazzy, and then licks it off. And it's just like, Ashley, baby, please. Right? But they were having fun. When she was over there whispering, all I heard was hot breath. But let's keep going. So everybody else is feeling like how I was feeling, really looking at Ashley like, oh damn, this too much. Like, okay then, well, do your thing, because I'm not gonna do that. So Stacy wanted Jazzy to stand up again and bend over. And I said, oh, I guess Stacy was turned on too. Okay then, Stacy, because she wanted to smack that thing with the thing. I was like, all right. So then Angel, she puts Jazzy in handcuffs, and this is where it happened. And tells her, Jazzy was like, well, what's my crime? She said, your crime is having a big mouth. She says, do I have a big mouth? Maybe that's why I'm getting married, right? Again, she said it without giving context because she wanted people to ask her. And ain't nobody changing my mind on that, especially when that's what she's been wanting from this group the whole time, right? Is to be interested in asking her stuff about herself so that she could talk more. That's what she wanted. Let me just do something and say something so, I can get the attention on me, and then they ask me, so I could tell them. Like, that's what she wanted. So Gizelle wants to know, well, why Jazzy got a big mouth? Is it because of Darius or is it because of something else? Did she say what she was supposed to? So Angel, so then she says, somebody messaged Jazzy, right? Info about me. Jazzy says that she heard there were instances where she made people feel excluded and left out. And Angel says when she first started dating Bobby, a woman reached out to her to welcome her to Chicago, to a Chicago circle or whatever. And she started being friends with this lady, right? So with her being friends with this lady, his agent, financial advisor, a mentor, all these people get on the phone with him to let him know that she stole money from his account. And it's like, but see, how did she steal money from his account? Did y'all see a large withdrawal payment from his account? Because as a financial advisor and agent, I would think y'all would probably be inquiring about a certain amount. Like, yo, I see you took 10 racks out. What this for? Oh, okay. Unless y'all are only managing larger payments over $20,000. Because I would think that y'all had been watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like watching his account. That's what he hiring y'all for. So y'all should about see all the transactions. Don't know how it's set up. My assumption. So she says the girl said that she stole money from his account and hid birth control to get pregnant by Bobby without his knowledge. Now she said the girl relayed this information to the agent, and when she found out about it, she went and let that girl have it. So Jazzy says, I think Ogre Angel asked her, was there another one or something like that? She said, yeah, there was another wag that came to me about her actual witnessing of how you were treating somebody else. So it's not just that situation, but in that moment, it was interesting because I said, Angel, did you tell on yourself? Because it kind of sounded like slightly Jazzy was talking about something else, right? Because what did she say? Because Jazzy said that she heard there were instances where she made people feel excluded and left out. That's what Jazzy said. Angel gives us this story about this one girl, gives all the additional details which we can't appreciate, and said, so if I'm excluding anybody or leaving them out, that's why, because I let her have it because she lied on me. So the way the editing happened to me made me feel like something else was said, which prompted Angel to look at Jazzy and say, was there someone else? And so she was like, yeah, or like, was there another wag or something like that? She was like, yeah. And it sounded to me that Jazzy was like, that's what I've been telling you about the whole time. Or what the hell you talking about right now? Because I've been telling you this over here. So it was, I don't know if anybody else caught it, but it was really weird. And it was given that, Angel, baby, I feel like you could have been a tip bit. I think you threw a few back. And I think that you got to regurgitating. I think you got to speak it on stuff that you probably shouldn't. But please, did anybody else? Was it just me that caught that? That seemed like they were talking about two different things. Cause I'm like, girl, I don't think that's what Jazzy talking about, baby. I said, did she just tell on herself? Did you just spill y'all tea? And K Slick did it too in a short time. But let's keep going. Y'all let me know if y'all got what I got. Okay. So then, right, so yeah, we got to Jazzy and her talking about that. So Jazzy says that she heard Angel had a reputation for being mean and nasty, right? And it seemed like again they were talking about one wag. We don't even know if this other girl is a wag that was trying to get with Bobby or whatever the situation was. So I don't know. Let's keep going. So Jazzy says it was concerning for her to hear this information about Angel only to turn around and, she didn't even want her on the damn trip. So why you want me on the trip? Like, I don't know. Something about you is a little off. I'm gonna keep my good eye on you. So again, I'm gonna keep my good eye on you. I see that you're close friends with Kay. You don't seem to be fond of me no way, so I'm gonna keep my distance. I would love to get to know you outside of Kay, but I'm gonna keep my distance, right? And then became what? Like I told y'all, Angel want to be Jazzy friends so bad. That's why Jazzy opened up and was like, well, let me tell you what these hoes said about you. I would go keep the P. I wasn't even gonna say that, but since you cool, girl, let me just tell you what the streets is saying, honey. I'm just trying to give you a heads up. And she did it off camera, right? Off camera, and she didn't do it in front of a group. She took you to the side. It wasn't giving ill intentions to me, boo. It wasn't giving ill intentions to me. So Angel says that she's tired and then said it happened in 2016 or whatever. And it's crazy. So when she's like, I'm tired. What? And listen, I'm not enjoying anybody's misery or what they got going on over there, right? But I am asking, what you tired of, love? Because you telling on yourself right now. What you tired of, baby? You tired of these women trying to get with your man, or you tired of your man putting you in a position to look how you looking? What you tired of? and it happened back in 2016. Cause I was with everybody else. The shit happened in 2016. Why are we stressing about it, girl? It's about to be how many years later, right? But you get over things in your own time. And so if it happened in 2016, that leads me to believe that there's been other things that's happened since then. And I'm wishing you all the best since he is your story, your lifeline, right? Um, that's crazy. And a lot of what we may be interpreting from the things that are being said could be so far from the truth, but it's how you're showing up on camera and the information that you're giving out, which makes people believe that it's even more to the story. All right. And I just wish you the best. But anywho, Gizelle asked if she's upset with the situation. Like, you're just upset with the situation and not Jazzy, right? And she says, I don't know. At that point, if I was Jazzy, please be mad with me. Please be upset. Please, I doubled it. Please be mad with me. Because if you got to figure out which one to be mad at, girl, be mad at me. Because the situation not finna change, right? The situation going to be what it is, okay? So you're going to still endure that. But yeah, be mad at me, girl. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby is not doing right out there in them streets. You'll be blaming everybody else but that Zigga because of how he sets you up with the finances or whatever the case is. So I don't know, like, yeah, you're right, girl. Be mad at me. Be mad at me for coming to you as a quote unquote friend, talking to you, telling you what's going on out here. Be mad at me at my bachelorette party that was all about me, but you chose to stand up and make it about you, knowing everybody was going to ask the question, and this the last night, right? For you to go in further detail than what you should have went into, but that's something you chose to do. But you want to be mad? Please be mad at me, love. Be mad at me so I can have a valid reason for how I'm going to treat your ass moving forward. Please be upset. So Angel says that she doesn't know Jazzy, and for her to bring up something that was hurtful to me and my family in the past, she says she's really bothered because she believes that Jazzy went to find information on her. First of all, all these housewives go and find out anything. Right? They try and see, like, what's the latest details on this person? Who is this? Who's coming into da. And they may not automatically bring it to the front, but I think they hold on to it because we see it on so many other franchises. They hold on to it until that person confidence, right? We seeing this go crazy right now on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City with the ladies over there. So all these housewives do it. They collect their tea, they sit on it, right? It is what it is, but you're feeling away. But what I can't get past is the fact that you said that this girl brought up something that was hurtful to you and your family. What you like to do, Angel of the man, you like to sit up here and be in victim mode all the time. And I just cannot do it. These things that you have done, you have brought on your goddamn self. And I was rocking with you for the past few episodes. I've been one of the people that's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, she ain't gotta go, get her some time. Girl, goodbye. Goodbye, girl. Let her go. She can go. Okay? What did Beyonce and Kelly tell Farrah in that car? Okay, we could send you your luggage. Okay? We can send you your luggage. You sure you don't want to go ahead and go now? You don't have to worry about your bags. We can send you your luggage. Okay. So Gizelle wanted Ashley and Wendy to kiss in a corner. So glad that never happened. Angel calls her husband saying that she just needs to hear his voice and calls the night some BS, right? Because she ended up leaving out the room and she was like, I'm good, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Have a good time. Whatever the case, walks out. She done call her husband, FaceTime him. Right, I just wanted to hear your voice tonight with some bullshit. I'm tired. Then she gonna say, I'm tired of the constant inquisition of me. And I'm ready for it to wrap it up. I'm ready for them to wrap it up. I said they can wrap your ass up. You're right. Wrap her up. Wrap her up. Wrap her up. You can go. I was hanging in there, girl. I swear I was. I was trying. And you might even still be able to redeem yourself. Because keep in mind, we're just on episode 6, right? We still got a lot more episodes to go, I do believe. But it's not looking good. It's not. The only time you say stuff to your with your chest is in the confessional. But you're that BIT. You're that girl. Yeah, that was whack. That was whack. You look stupid. So Kay come outside. She trying to talk to her. And she's like, no, yeah, you can go back in there and have a good time talking to my husband right now. But Kay's still out there asking her questions and stuff. Right? Kay is being the extra friend that she would want others to be to her, right? So she just keeps checking on her, keep asking, "You good? She good?" She's like, "Nah, go back in there." Like, "I'm good, I'm fine, whatever, whatever." So Kay goes back inside, y'all. And Kay, I don't know if this is something you should have said, but also it could be taken in different ways. So Kay tells the ladies that, she's in a fragile state right now, a fragile space. So of course, these ladies like me are probably gonna be like, "Are you talking about her relationship?" Because she just went on a tangent and it sounded like they was talking about two different damn things. So what fragile space are you talking about, right? Or is she just in a fragile space right now because she's away from family? You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I'm gonna think the first thing. Kay was talking about one thing, Angel started talking about something completely different. Now her ass outside on the phone with her husband, and you coming in talking about she's in a fragile space. What's fragile? Are they just now overcoming some type of infidelity or something? Or did he do something with the money and misuse the money and she got upset with him about that and they having to overcome that or something? Like, I mean, what's really good? So Wendy says, "Can I just say something though?" So she butts in and she defends Jazzy. And she says she could have brought this up in front of everybody, but Jazzy came to her without the cameras and she came to her on a one-on-one. So Wendy says for Angel to question Jazzy and her intent shows that Angel is living in misery. I think Wendy's right. I think Wendy's right. Wendy says whether it was out of love, out of respect, in front of the camera, out of the camera, she always feels like we attacking her. And if she feels like we always attacking her, then it's a little difficult to engage with her. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a little tough. That's a little rough. But Angel, baby, I do feel like you brought a lot of this. Yeah, you brought this on yourself. It's really just that simple for me. Um, and that pretty much concluded the whole episode. All right. I see, damn, 96% of y'all feel like Angel played herself this episode. I can agree. I think that she very damn well played herself. Oops. It's unfortunate, but you did. Wendy was 100% correct. Postpartum, I think she was taking talking about fragile because of postpartum. Possibly. How old is her youngest child? How many kids does Angel have? And how old is the youngest? Um, I need to find her IG page. Do y'all know? Angel kind of redeemed herself when she called out Gizelle, but her going back talking to Kay and then the next day she's back to being miserable, ruined it all. I have to agree. I have to agree. So they have two kids. I don't know why I thought she had like an older daughter. An older daughter than a son, but she has an older son and then a younger daughter. They are so cute. She has a beautiful family. She's a beautiful woman. I just don't know what she got going on mentally. Like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's like what I said last week, where I felt like she used to being in charge of the girls, and then she get around these girls that's been in charge, and she don't know how to take it. I think that's the role she's used to being in, big sis mode versus little sis mode. The way she tried to sit up there and give unwanted advice to Jassy about her wedding week, and it's like, girl, shut up talking to me. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay. So I don't know. I feel like she may have slimmed down just a little bit too since filming the show as well. So good for her. Whatever she want to do. So they got two kids. Okay. I don't know, child. Yeah, it's two. It's two, and the youngest one is one. So she got a lot going on. Yeah, it could be that. It could be a little bit of postpartum, and everybody handles stuff differently. I don't know. Does she not know what show she's on? Goodbye, Angel, child. I mean, she don't know. And some people like T are able to come right into it and everything just goes well for them, right? They're comfortable with the cameras. And my thing is, I feel like Angel is comfortable with the cameras. I do. I think she's comfortable with the cameras. I don't think she's comfortable with the environment, right? Of these ladies and these different personalities and stuff. And I really feel like she heavily came into this season based on the perspective that was given to her by way of Kiana. And I don't know what kind of advice Kiana gave her, right? Kiana could have gave her the type of advice to really keep her on her side. Like to stick close with me. I don't know what kind of behind the scenes conversations they had, but I think Angel would have did a better job going into this group and trying to get to know these ladies herself versus wanting these ladies to get to know you, right? That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't know, I just feel like you want to be a part of what they got going on. It's not the other way around. So why they gotta, like, yeah, some of them can reach out to you, but if they're not, like, it's totally okay for you to grab one of them and say, hey, let's go to lunch, and then be able to tell them more about your, like, that's what. And I feel like we haven't seen that with Angel, right? I haven't seen, did she go to lunch with anybody? Like, yeah, I seen link ups with groups, but I haven't seen like a one-on-one to where it's like, hey, Ashley, let's go out to eat. And you learn more about Ashley or Gizelle or Wendy. And y'all let me know, because I could be forgetting something, but I just feel like I haven't really seen that. It's weird. Let's see. Angel is a beautiful woman. I think she looks great. She could be dealing with adjusting to her body. I don't know. That attitude is something else, though. It's passive aggressive. Yeah, that's really what it is. It's not even her physical at all, because I think she looks great. It's more so her being passive aggressive. And I don't know, maybe she's afraid of showing her real self because she don't want to turn people off. Like, I don't know, but you already doing it, and we don't feel like you showing us your real self. You might well show your real self. But yeah, okay, Angel girl, she over here trying to be a little piece of an influencer. Go ahead, mamas. I like it. I wish I saw this personality that's in these photos on the actual show. Child, I don't know. Yeah, I'm wondering if Angel gonna come back next season if given the opportunity. She might say no, because I definitely could also see her on some I'm better than that show. I don't need that show, right? I don't need that money. What Monique said, that little money, that little piece of check. What Monique said about them folks checks. Well, she went over there to Love and Marriage DC or whatever over there with Carlos, and then turned around and dogged Carlos S2. What was it? What did she say about them little checks? Matter of fact, did she sit down at the reunion and talked about them checks and how them checks wasn't all of that because Chris get better checks? Okay. Well, welcome back, Mo. Okay, welcome back, girl. Welcome back. All right, I think she'll be back in a few weeks. Okay, so we'll tap into that when it comes. But that's all I got for y'all at this time. I thank y'all for being here. Make sure you're liking up the video, subscribing to the channel, honey, following me on social media, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it.